My name's Kamani Okira. I'm the founder of Let Me Out Productions. We are a co-publishing studio in Sacramento. Um, my work is pioneering the collective publishing of intellectual property on a public notary service. Um, Before everybody started using the public notary service to gamble and speculate on the publishing potential of intellectual property. We're doing think of it as like a community garden in any idea, concept, brand, product, service, experience, franchise, distributed asset, software, set of logistics, hardware. I can go on and on and on. I'm getting an error here. YouTube is not receiving enough what now? Oh. That's okay. YouTube is not receiving enough high quality video. But yeah, so last night I was driving back from my work. My work doesn't necessarily pay me because I am fully on mission to set this behavior in forth in society, where we are looking at the blockchain as a public notary service that records user transactions in blocks and it keeps those records in a chain. That's what it is. And so it's a permanent bulletin board for everybody to use online. Okay? And on that bulletin board, if you'd like, you can use that as a system of authenticity to build your property and organize and maximize that property. So we're doing that with our brand and Let Me Out Productions. Hasn't gone well, but I am grateful for all of the support that we have had over the years. It's been 5 years at this. In fact, let's go ahead and load that up. And I think I am at a point right now where I just want an audience that is compassionate and cares about my humanity as a human being in this journey, and values the work and values the mission that it's taken to present this work. I'm not asking anybody to speculate. I'm asking you to value labor as property, that you then take custody over that property and you further publish that property. You further express that property within property terms. And that's what everybody's doing, by the way. Just the market got set sideways on gambling, and I'm over here raw dogging the entropy of that, completely left behind. So here you go. This is March 31st, 2021, 5:46 p.m. Pacific time, 1746, if you're anywhere else in the world outside of USA. And you can see here it's block 12,150,433. 12 million. So a block, again, is a simultaneous set of user transactions, 211 user transactions in this block, and 49 software transactions. It's mined by a group of computers and phones, and these are not, it's not an energy intensive thing. So there's two different networks. I don't want to get lost in the technical minutia. I just want you guys to support. I'm so used to being held on trial. That's number one. If you're watching this video trying to hold me on trial, trying to seek leverage over what I'm doing, look, you're not my audience and I'm not your content. Okay? I'm trying to set a behavioral precedent with March 31st, 2021. And that behavioral precedent, is not meant to take out any other understanding. It's just meant to be a separate clarification. This is April 22nd, 2021, and you guys know these guys. If you know anything about NFTs and you're not involved in the space, this is probably what you've heard of. Now, this is Bored Ape Yacht Club. They are co-publishing a brand using publishing titles. This is a title to this is titled to what's published in it, and it's a title to what it can further express within terms. So this is a publishing title, same as what we have in our brand. I need you guys to buy these because I need to fix my car. And We need to grow the behavior as organically exists. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll copy this whole thing. I will put the publishing title name, and I'll put the link right beneath. Oh, I messed up already. And I'll put the link right here too. So let's talk about, you go into Let Me Out Productions and you want number 72, the solid orange plot in the community gardens. Maybe orange is your favorite color. Maybe you figured out this is my holographic Pokemon card troll in the publication. I'm only doing 10 solid color pieces every 500. And what do you publish with it? So you own what's published within the title. You own obviously the plot, number 72 of 500,000 in Let Me Out Productions. That plot carries specifically 0.0002% ownership over the brand. It's not speculative, it's not gain of value, that's a very small fraction, 1/500,000th of brand ownership. It's not for speculation, it's not for gain of value. You're spending $166 on a piece of property that you aim to further express. So let's this piece here, Red Sea, what? Okay. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Oh, perfect. That's where I wanted to go anyway. Okay, fine. You know what? I see. I'm finding the deed that was expressed from number 72, and I'm finding number 72. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This piece here, it's much easier to see on my other screen. This one, it's all, I put these two reds really close together. You can see it's owned by Sheba Farms Foundation. Sheba Farms Foundation bought and owned, they purchased and owned number 71 of the 500,000 pieces of Let Me Out Productions. There's 80,000 in the public-facing portion of the community garden, and the rest are for labor, creator, advisor. We have a whole labor team. And it forms a 1 to 5.25 proof of labor ratio in the brand when you purchase a plot of the community garden to express. So Sheba Farms Foundation owns number 71 of Let Me Out Productions. They've expressed number 71 of Let Me Out Productions into their own deed to their own brand, with no rent seeking, nothing like that. They have been helping me sustain and teach this behavior over the past couple of years, but it's not to some incredible degree of expense. Just really patronizing the teachability of the information, and I will forever be so grateful. Her name's Zion Tedese, by the way. And as much credit as I may end up getting for this, she will deserve just as much credit because she is the Stanford to my Muybridge. Okay, so let's take a look at the deed of assignment for Paca. This was formed again. A customer purchase number 71 in Let Me Out Productions. They went through a process that took them, I would say, about 2 months. That's with AI and everything. It's a human process where they had to go through a list of benchmarks to develop every foresight that you could possibly have when you publish a brand, and they wrote their deed around that benchmark guided foresight. And so you have Zion here. She founded Pan-African United Community Advocacy in September of the year 2024. We call that PACA for short. Pan-African United Community Advocacy is PACA for short. And PACA is the brand intellectual property used by the 501c3 nonprofit resource collective, privately organized as an impact puzzle. So the impact puzzle is the behavior that I've been teaching for 5 years in terms of using the public notary system as a collaborative bulletin board to put together brands, products, services, experiences based on plot-by-plot ownership and development. It is the precedent, it is the behavioral precedent. It's just not loud because there's actually no way to make a lot of speculative money. You have to earn it. The community has to agree the property has value. They have to come into the property and develop results plot by plot by plot. And if you're, I must not be a likable person. That's kind of what I've landed on. So my mentals are in the gutter, okay? This process has been very dehumanizing and teaching. Let me not go there. I don't even want to go there. I've been there for 5 years, okay? My car's broken down. I don't even know where I'm going to get a bite to eat today. I don't have any money. And that's why it always goes to the negative spot. But look at what I'm wearing. I'm wearing an expression of I'm wearing it. A 12-year-old made this shirt out of our Musical Bears project. And he earns $8.14 every time one of these shirts sells. In fact, let's go put that in the chat. Y'all want the bear bait shirt I'm wearing? Okay, there you go. $40 shirt plus shipping, handling, tax is probably like $47, $48 with all that. These guys are great. It'll get to you in 2 weeks. The colors are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay, so now on my journey, I have learned a lot about how the public bulletin board works. There are so many opportunities for asset managers and people, property guarantors, insurers to get involved. It's necessary. It's necessary. That's kind of one of the reasons why I'm even apprehensive. And I don't want the virality. This is science. It needs to be step by step. But I'm over here, like, I can't, like, you know what I mean? I need to be able to feed myself, and I want to keep on doing this as an independent. It's science. It doesn't need to be corralled for a fiduciary obligation. Y'all can absolutely co-publish whatever you want using this science. You can use the same behavior. You can do your structures differently. Nobody says you have to do 16% in a brand every time. But your proof of labor ratio probably has to be competitive, which is ours is 1 to 5.25 in Let Me Out Productions. That means for every one plot purchased and developed by you, a customer, 5.25 plots have been developed by creator, co-founders, our founding regents, our founding advisors, or we have a whole labor pool that 5.5 reflects to. In fact, I think, do I have that here? I probably do have it here. Let's make sure my live is working. It is working, good. Yeah, so the car lost power steering last night, and because I had to go somewhere close by, it's just out back, but it's like I can't tow it. I don't have AAA. My insurance is a day late because I don't have $30 to pay the insurance bill. My phone bill is due today as well. That's a $15 bit. And y'all have turned co-publishing into a beggar. Are you happy with that? Look, guys. One of the reasons why I'm so frustrated with this journey is because I've been cut from here to here. Let me make sure it's on camera here. Okay? I know it's hard to tell because I'm haired, but I'll load up the scar, and then I've been cut from here to here, all the way across. I have these scars here. There's one over here, and I got 3 of them over here. So I have 6 incisions on my abdomen, and I'm surviving something that I wouldn't wish on anybody. So if you're squeamish, you can look away, but this is what's going on inside me. Okay, it's they loaded me up with barium, and what I have to do is all of this it's malformed. My gallbladder, transverse and ascending colons are malformed, but the peristalsis still functions, which means the muscles along the walls still move the bowels. And while that's painful and uncomfortable over here, at least things move and they can get in position. Once it gets over here underneath my gallbladder, this area is, they call it strictured, 2.5 centimeters. And so I have to actually use equipment and devices and heating pads and massage tools to get that area to manually open up so my transverse and ascending colon can drain into the rest of my descending colon, which is all paralyzed. So this is here is completely, this right here is super painful. Here is pretty numb outside of the occasional like really odd. If you go through anything like this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But the really odd like deep faint kind of pain that's like you know what I mean. And then down here, this is just like raggedy all the way into my pelvic floor and into my the exit canal. So this takes 2 to 8 hours of every day to manage, and it takes big chunks out of my day. So when I can't go service the economy by selling my time, I can't do hour blocks. You know what I mean? Like it's unfair. I can't put this. The last job that I did that had 12-hour days, I think was Discovery, and it was Pool Kings, if I remember correctly. The NBA stuff was never 12 hours a day, and then also, like, as a photojournalist, if I ever needed to go sit down and disappear for a while, nobody gave a shit. In fact, I did that all the time. Yeah, the last 12-hour film set job I did, I believe, was Pool Kings. What was I doing? Assistant directing? Something like that. It was a small crew, but that was a really fun group. But it was that 2-week shoot where I learned that I can't put that on Discovery. I can't put it on ABC because we had a lunch one day that hit me pretty hard, and my whole digestive process had to be kicked into high gear. It was the middle of the shoot, middle of the day. Y'all, when that thing starts, it's 2 hours. I pass out. It's so painful. Where is my other side of it? Like, oh, it's right here. Look, you see these? This is what I do. So that area, the super narrow area, I have to hold that open. Usually I do it on the back, actually, because it's closer on the back. But I hold that open and I just lay back with a heating pad, and at some point the pain will make me pass out. But because of the way that I lay and position myself, be it in the car or on a bed, that position is now held open, and this area can now clear into this area, and then gravity and coffee can usually get the things out, but it takes time. I get backed up for weeks. The whole thing makes me extremely irritable, and I'm being cheated on the healthcare side of things because all that the insurance needs to say is that this is irritable bowel syndrome, and they don't have to pay anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going on that side. So they want me to do another barium X-ray to prove that I don't have irritable bowel syndrome, even though I already have it. This one's old now. They've been messing with me since 2016. No, it's been 2014. I'm sorry. It's been 12 years of this. So I can't go. Going through the system is hell. Trying to fight these people using their tools in their courthouse, in their field of play, you can't do it, because all that keeps happening is they keep on pointing to the fraudulent diagnosis in 2014. They say, hey, this doctor says it's irritable bowel syndrome. So now we're going to throw you into a cycle of testing as though what you're going through is a criminal issue. And now you have to prove time and time and time again, any time that the system wants you to, we're going to point to this fraudulent diagnosis in 2014 and make you prove it wrong, or you don't get resources. So I've already proven it wrong over and over and over again, but they keep doing that. So it's just, the lawyers have all the control. And the lawyers say, hey, we can call it irritable bowel syndrome, and then we can save money. And so the system, oh, it's irritable bowel syndrome. Prove that wrong. Go get the test done. Go get x-rays. Have doctors say on paperwork it's a grave disability. He's got a short time to live. This is a horrible thing to go through. It's morbid. Kick the can down the road, Oh, well, this doctor back here said it's irritable bowel syndrome, so let's go through another round of tests. You're a criminal. You must be lying about what you're going through. And that's how they do it here in the United States. So I don't know how I'm expected to make a living, although this will fix my life if somebody buys this. So here you go. I'll put this in the chat too. It's 36 Ethereum because I'm 36 years old. Goldman Sachs, I've been trying to get you all to buy this for a while. I know they're perceived as a big bad, and maybe they are, but they are to date the only asset management firm that has taken our co-publishing effort seriously and with a degree of respect. And did I return that respect in kind? Who knows? Probably not, but I was also in 3 of severe mental health issues after being set aside for fraud. So please forgive me. Please take a human approach. And like the way I look at it, y'all, like I don't need to be, I'm not entitled, don't get me wrong. I'm not entitled at all. This is neither here nor there, right? I have some incredible publications on the Notary that have nothing to do with co-publishing at all. I mean, they have co-publishing elements. If you buy a publishing title from me, if you buy a shot, if you buy a title on the Notary from me, you can publish something with it. Like, that's the whole point. You're buying property so you can further express that property. Here, it's usually you're going to print a canvas shot. So let's talk about this one, because this is not that much money for a big purchaser, but it's a lot for me, and it would fix my life, and it would really just enable, like, I don't have my own apartment right now. My car is currently kaput. If this moves, I'm going to actually get rid of the Kia that I have. This 2008 Kia, and I'll get something else. It's time for me to depart from that anyway. But this moment here, because honestly, I want Steph, or Seth, or Dell, or Sonia, somebody out that way. Hey, get it for Ryan Coogler, okay? Like, this shot means the world, and it needs to be in somebody's hands who actually would care. Because to me, this is the whole product. I might get emotional talking about this. because my brother's gone. And so let me keep my composure here real quick. My brother, our basketball was publishing, so he was just as prolific as I was, just as ignored as well. I should have held on to him, and that's my biggest regret. Okay, so this moment here, Steph Curry and Seth Curry, is their first official minutes in real NBA basketball played against each other. Okay, we can. I can even verify that for you on stream. 1/9/2016. So it's January 9th, 2016. Kings Warriors. All right, this is gonna pop right up. It's funny. I was on these box scores the night it went up on these exact same websites. So it's just interesting that now this is 10 years old. You know, this is archive material at this point. What do I want here? I want the box score. So you see here, Seth Curry played 8 minutes in this game. Steph played 38, but the very first minute he stepped on the court was right here. And he lined up against his brother, and you could see Steph get a little smile on his face because Steph immediately cooked him. He immediately cooked. I think I remember the play too. I think it was a step back corner 3, but he immediately cooked him. It was great. And it just captured, like, because I'm an older brother too, and you could see he, to me, I might be invoking a little bit of personality in this, but this is very much like, we're in January, so Seth's been playing at this point. We're gonna look at yeah. So you can see here, Seth Curry played one game for Memphis, one game for Cleveland, and 2 games for Phoenix. So none of those games were against the Warriors. He never played official NBA minutes against Steph Curry until the 2015-16 Sacramento season. And the very first moment of that is right here, 5K for you. Does this open in 5K? You right click, open image in new tab. You go up to the browser tab and you go all the way to the right, and it has a width there of 1,000. You change that to 5,000, it should bring up the full resolution. It's actually 5.3. And that should print on a 6-7 foot canvas. But like I said, this should be like this. The Warriors should own this. The Kings maybe. Look, I'm going to be antagonistic against the Kings, but the Kings have to understand that that's good for product for both of us, to be honest with you. At this stage, it's good for Sacramento. I'm not antagonistic towards the mission of growing entertainment product in Sacramento. I'm antagonistic towards a certain way of doing business. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. That is 5K glory right there. So what you're looking at is the exact same way it'll print on the wall. Right behind me right here. This would print on that wall right. Ooh, the full mural. Full mural. Okay? I don't mess around. Oh my goodness. Play active. Wait a minute. I don't think these are, right? These aren't the power balance bracelets, right? They're not, right? Oh, if that's a power balance bracelet, I gotta mark this up. I'm kidding. But look at the smile on the older brother. I'm gonna cook you smile. First ever minutes of real NBA basketball. Okay, and this was Devin Finzer. Put my mint dates back. This the marketplace hides a lot of my mint dates for some reason. I don't know why. They'll never be able to explain it, so they ought to fix that up. But anyway, so you have Wait, Jason Thompson was on the Warriors at the time. Dude. Oh, okay. Nah, I think Jason Thompson has a championship ring from the Warriors. That's rich. That's so funny. Okay. All right. So, I just posted the brother shot. Somebody please buy that. Like, I can literally fix everything in my life. I can get a place. I can get my car caught up. I've been driving the Kia for 2 years now. I was only planning on doing it for 1, so it's time to swap that out anyway. And yes, so when you get this, let's look at this is more for the NBA. Okay, so first, let me say this. I need to recoup about $700,000 from my 10 years of time applied to the NBA as a product. I think it was my valuation is $2,100 a game over that time for my photographic output amounts to $700,000, which is crazy. It sounds crazy, but that's what we call a shoved duck. Ducks you've lined up in a row. So after that recoupment point, I'm then at a 35% rate on all of my output, and the rest of it goes to BRI and further negotiations for subjects and agencies and whatever. But I'm 35% after the 700,000. That said, there's a couple of shots in there that clear that 700,000 right away. I need the quotes, right? There it is. Oh, I'm also, when you see on chain and something's owned by Dread Frostbite, that's me. That's my personal account, or one of my personal accounts. This one's 5.6 million, so let's clear that right away. NBA? Huh? Want to put that in here? Let me freak out. That one composite earned me a mid-level exception. By the way, I'm like, I'm there. I'm there. I'm part of everything. Well, once we're there, like, you know, I'm lethal shooter with it. I'm lens face the personality. There are no crash outs. You get mellow me. Like I'm like when I'm running around and scrambling and drifting and holding on barely by the skin of my teeth, that leads to crash outs because really this shouldn't be the case. I have nothing against these guys. The only thing that they have going on is their little punch down esoteric, but I got nothing really against these guys. Like, they're co-publishing a brand using the same exact community garden behavior, and they're doing it correctly. Each piece farms unique results, unique to the publisher that owns it. I got zero, like, whatever. Okay, so they like the whole thing, the way that they publish their brand is this is why I'm like, it's a bit of a psyop, but it's actually clever because it got the whole market distracted. I honor these. I just wish I wasn't subject to it. You know what I mean? I just wish I wasn't suffering from it so severely. That's the problem. But I got nothing against them for it. I have a problem with the news media. But they're bored, so they're apathetic. They're looking for something to do. They're apes, which in internet lingo means they're degenerate gamblers. They ape into things based on potential to gain. Okay? That's what an ape does. What are they co-publishing? A yacht club. That's their brand, a status symbol. So they're bored, degenerate gamblers who did exactly that, apathetically pumped a yacht club as a status symbol. Now, they are a precedent, a neighborly precedent, but they do come after Let Me Out Productions, so that makes them an antecedent in the co-publishing behavior. which means that what we're doing is also newsworthy information. It does not need to be loud in trade volume. That's not our point. Let's talk about that real quick, because I actually wanted to give a little briefing. So here we're going to look at the availability grid. How many pieces are listed? 197. I think there's 200. For some reason the interface isn't reading right. But you can see here 172 is about $166. 174 is $170 right now. 175 is 173, etc., etc. So when you go up to like 108, that's 250. So to the layman, to the person who's looking for leverage and looking to persecute, you're seeing a line go up sort of arrangement. And I just that is a tough thing to engage with, because that would mean that a plot of our brand value is lower than where okay, so I'm going to read what I prepared for this stream here, because I think this is the last bit of information that needs to be cleared up so people can feel comfortable participating in co-publishing the brand. The platform architecture transforms the concept of collective brand development by utilizing a hard cap structure of 80,000 unique publishing titles in the public-facing part of the brand. These are minted directly to the public notary network of Ethereum, rather than relying on speculative financial mechanisms, like, say, bored apathetic gamblers co-publishing a yacht club through pumping. This model allows co-publishers to secure certified, fractionalized property rights over the underlying brand infrastructure. So, publishing title escrow and multi-tier listing model. To ensure an honest market rate and actively prevent artificial speculation or predatory flipping, the distribution of these property titles is governed by a strict progressive math curve and a restrictive marketplace workflow. The progressive price algorithm. Publishing title number 1. You can actually go look at that. There it is. The one you want most is Anchor. It should have the sale here. It was sold for $2.56. Okay, it was sold for 0.001 Ethereum, which is a 99.999999999% discount on the objective value of the piece. That means that the 80,000th piece will be 80 Ethereum when it lists, if it lists. So we have a 200 title liquidity window. That's not what I call it. It's just a 200 supply window. The platform enforces an automated supply constraint by only listing the bottom available 200 titles for acquisition at any given moment. Higher tier titles remain locked in escrow and cannot be accessed until the preceding 4 titles have been fully acquired and registered to a co-published wallet. This mechanism systemically prevents speculative front-running and keeps entry points tightly aligned with real chronological platform growth. So each individual title carries a fixed, unalterable deeded assignment to the property. When a co-publisher registers a title to their custody, they are acquiring an active fractional stake in the publishing results of the brand. A single title guarantees an exact math portion of the property's yield. What? I don't think... I'm reading off Gemini, so I don't think you interpreted that correctly, Gemini. A single title guarantees an exact math portion of the property's ownership, not yield. Based on the structural design, each title carries a valuation range of 10% to 35% of the value produced by the published result. So let's go back here. This is a published result in Pan-African United Community Advocacy. Here's the deed. And you can see here, you can read this deed. It's on own.paca.org. It's deed.paca.org. It's very simple. Let me put that in chat. That's fine. Just copy and paste that in your browser. So deed.paca.org, and you can see here that The project employs, this is the only credit that we ever ask for in a deed established by one of our pieces. This project employs information from the ML structure for tokenomics and an open source arrangement for fundamental use cases for producing impact puzzles with blockchain technology. This specific program of Paca was developed across from number 71 Red Sea and the Impact Puzzle Lightning Out Productions brand. Not rent seeking on the results. They're not paying us a cut of anything at all. Like at all. Like I said earlier, Xeon, the person who launched Paca, has personally taken a patronizing interest in the publishing behavior and has made sure that I've stayed alive against all the market scorn and ridiculousness. The deed's not for sale. It's just on chain. It's notarized. It's put on there November 8th, 2024. At 7:52 p.m. I believe, is that what it says here too? Yeah, November 8th, 2024, Polygon blockchain. There you go. Okay. So there's your deed to Paca. And so we're not pumping a line in the brand. Like that was it was one of the first things that leverage-seeking grifters charged us with to try and steal the intellectual property, and that was just never true. It was just a deliberate way to steal my agency as a merchant by accusing me of a crime, and then using the space in obfuscation to try and fix that crime themselves. And I'm not going to get into that. I already did. I'm just grateful that we've turned a clarity point with story bead number 3 in Press Pass, and I'm just really hoping that can turn into resources for myself and my team. I've got a team on standby. We're ready to go. The ideal situation is a $600,000 runway. Now, I'm not doing that through Shark Tank style practice. I'm doing that through co-publishing on the public notary. Here's the title property. Please purchase and develop it. The facility for development is right here. You buy title. There's a interface called the Top Brass DAO, and you just plug. It reads your title ownership. No matter what contract it's on or what chain, it reads that ownership, and then you have access to. I'll give y'all a little sneak peek, okay? Because I need to make sales. I need to fix the car. I need to get a place. I need that brother's shot to sell. Please, NBA, Steph, Warriors. I'm loath to ask the Kings for anything because I feel like they should be volunteering to help me out at this point. Okay. So you can see here, you can write your deed to a brand, you can write your deed to a creative project. I haven't yet formulated the deed to an AI pool, or like an AI data pool. One, because of the scale of those things, and two, because I have a brand in the linguistics track of this practice that is producing a data pool. So I want to go through the experience first. But anyway. You could use the brand side to establish a data pool if that's what you want. It's built the same. So you just go through this benchmark list. I would suggest opening a Google Doc, copying all these questions. I'm not going to scroll down because y'all thieves. I'm asking you for a cheap amount of money. Y'all still will steal, huh? But you can copy that all to a Google Drive. So you're a part owner, so these are your secrets that you want to protect as well. So they're like, you know what I mean? Being a part owner and a co-publisher of the brand should put some sort of vested loyalty interest in protecting what we're doing as a brand, how we publish. That said, after 100 of you do it, and there's a bunch of different deeds out there that are available for LLMs to scan, like this is going to be common practice, and it'll just be like what we're doing. We'll just be the source of origin, and that'll be a cool thing to participate in. So you buy your publishing title. You can go to our website. You can go to the Discord. All these things are functional on Discord as well. I just want to make sure, so if people well, I've never heard of the Top Brass style. I've never heard of D-Work. I don't want to load into a new platform, etc. Like, we're always doing that, loading into new platforms. Don't worry. Everything works on Discord the same way. This is the one that people can use if something happens to me. Discord is ran by a person. This is ran by everybody. People with the publishing titles. As soon as the contract and the pieces are set up to function within their expressions, that's just how it works. And decentralized autonomous organization. That's what a DAO is. So yeah, come on in, grab your company ownership token, develop your deed to your brand, launch your own expression. If you're NBA, please just think of me as a colleague in the entertainment product. Of course, I'm not as important. One, let me clarify. I'm not important at all. I don't think of myself as important. This whole Lens Face series was sort of a joke on that, like how sports media professionals consider we consider ourselves like such an important part of the product, and it's like I'm helping to shape the fan experience, and I'm very grateful for my 10 years in doing that. We'll say a hair over 9 because that's more accurate, but I'm very grateful for my chance and opportunity to do that. It's been, I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You go back in time and you tell the kid that was reading Slam magazine, right? The one with LeBron's on the cover in high school. Because I had that magazine. I got it when it first came out. Usually it was the chosen one, all that stuff. There's that kid. That was when I first became a fan of LeBron because I was told to. By the marketing. But no, bear with me. It was not that. It was that what he did in the immediate aftermath of that, he stuck with his friends. He stuck with the hometown people. And he grew them. He developed them. And he brought them up with him. And now you got Rich and you got Maverick Carter. Speaking of, I got a gift for Maverick. But yeah, you have Rich Paul, you have Maverick Carter's hometown friends locked in, building this multi-billion-dollar ecosystem with him, and that was clear day one. You know, that was clear with 19-year-old LeBron. So you go back, so he's 5 years older than me. So 19, I'm 14. That's why I say you go back when I was 14. And the LeBron's already been established as like who he is and what he's doing for his friends and what he's doing for his hometown. That I'm in awe. I'm in utter, complete awe. And then you tell me that I got to take. That's cool, right? So that's neat. But please, somebody buy that. That'd be incredible. That fixed my life today. But if you told me back at 14. Yeah, this is something I'd be able to contribute to the entertainment product. Ooh, look at this one. Look at this 5K, huh? Ooh, billboard. This is a billboard. This is billboard, okay? Nike, Clutch. This is retirement. This is billboard. That's why, and no, it's 10,000 Ethereum. And again, I'm at 35%. But the whole point of this listing isn't to sell it. It's to say that my work contributes this much value to the entertainment product. And it's stated in an indisputable way. Now, Devin, for the best sake of everybody, you need to put the mint date back. This is March 23rd, 2021. March 23rd. Rich, Maverick. March 23rd. That's a month before Bored Ape Yacht Club. We did this together. Black Innovation. Let me show you, Mav, what I have for him. I saw somebody snipe this. I picked it up. It's no big deal. Y'all can just have it. I'm not selling it to you. You can have it. This one right here. Somebody sniped it. I picked it up. It's a gift. Okay. MaverickCarter.eth. Mav, that's yours. I'm not selling it. It's yours. You guys email me. DM me on Instagram too. I prefer that because I know it's you on Instagram. And send me the address you want me to send this to. That is yours. You don't have to buy anything. No funds have to be exchanged. That is just a service that like I just said. Y'all are the group. Y'all are my the people that I look at. The people that I celebrate. Now this one is for sale. Rockefeller Capital Management. Y'all buy this one, I can fix my life too, huh? There you go. 23K for your ETH name. Hey, one of y'all asset managers needs to come in here and do infrastructure, because what I'm demonstrating on Wiki, I do have software for this, but I'm telling y'all, in the same way that Wiki is a third-party utility software, that's what all asset management co-publishing software needs to be. Like, Let Me Out Productions is not going to launch a Wiki-style utility. We are the property structure and development house. So I'm fine with Wiki because Wiki is so easy to automate with AI, and it's real easy to create a state update workflow that makes these state updates permanent. So anytime somebody edits the wiki, it updates the state on chain, and anytime somebody edits the state on chain, it'll reflect back to the wiki. That's why I call it soft loam of blockchain. Now, I know how to get some semblance of software together, but I am not a software engineer, and I should not be vibe coding the work that would normally require a team of 300 people. I mean, we're talking PayPal here. Come on, y'all. Come on. And that's what the goalposts keep shifting around. Give it a rest. Please, 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 please. Like, that's why my car broken down outside. I can't afford anything. I've made $33,000 in 5 years doing this, which is actually pretty good return if I had other income, but I don't. Like, that as a side hobby income, that's really good. But as my primary, I need to eat, and I have a team of about 60 people we're trying to launch, and then some. That 60 is going to scale into 700 over the course of the main series of Press Pass. Ooh, please, I can't pour from an empty cup. I wasn't day one. My cup was probably a tenth full, but at least I had water. But now it's all empty. It's empty. I cannot pour from an empty cup, but I do have information, and I do have property, and it's on chain. It's available to purchase and apply value to. So please find humanity and support my health as well. I think. Well, see, y'all are so knee-jerk against this sort of stuff. Y'all went completely knee-jerk against NFTs and blockchain without ever having critical thought or learning or taking an information first approach. Like here, right now, common misconception. I read that because a common misconception is the energy expenditure of the public notary. Look. To contextualize Ethereum, that's the one Let Me Out Productions is built on, energy's consumption, we can compare annualized estimates for some other products and industries. This helps us better understand whether the estimate for Ethereum is high or low. So your global data centers are 190 terawatt hours per year in terms of energy. This is an old figure too, so this is probably scaled up to a significant degree because this is pre-AI figures. So this is terawatt hours per year in terms of the data center. Your Ethereum proof of stake network is 0.0026 terawatt hours per year. So that's what Let Me Out Productions is built on in terms of a data network footprint. PayPal is 0.26. So a transaction on Ethereum costs 1/1000th the energy footprint of a PayPal transaction, and y'all turned away from blockchain because you thought it was an energy environmentally dangerous. There's Bitcoin right here. That's proof of work. That is the network where GPUs are hashing an algorithm to unlock more of the currency and to verify transactions on the network. It's still dwarfs in comparison to the traditional standard data centers that are being set up for AI all over the place now. So these decentralized data networks are actually a solution for exactly what we're all talking about, but you shoved it up your butts 5 years ago, and you've never looked back, and that's wrong. And I'll tell you why you did that. Everybody in show business knows.
What's gonna happen to you, the fucking friend of the show, Paris Hilton? Let's take a look at what she had to say.
I jumped in.
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too, because I saw you on the show with people, and you said you got on MoonPay, so I went and I copied you.
I've done this a number of times with this guy. I don't know him personally. There's been a few mutuals that, from when I worked at Young Turks, that swear on their life that we were in studio at the same time for about a week there in 2012 when he came and visited his uncle. But I don't think I ever met him. I don't recall meeting this guy. However, he started working at Young Turks a few months after I left. I was unceremoniously fired for a mistake Anna made on air. And if she's being honest, she'll tell you that. So, you know, I got no hard feelings against Anna. But, or TYT. I spent a decade in the NBA after that. I'm good. Okay? I'm set. But the problem is, this guy, what he's doing is he's streaming to chat and interacting with chat and forming content deliverables as like a farm output. That's fine. Whatever, right? That was a show that I had back in 2012 called TYT Community. And it just amounts to a publishing framework for streaming chat interactive deliverables. I'm a cognitive linguist. I end up doing this. I innovate ways for us to communicate in publishing methods. So I've done that before. That one wasn't a zeitgeist bender, in my opinion, as far as I know. I don't think it was a zeitgeist bender. I just happened to be... I look at that one as like, oh, I called it. Oh, chat was going to be a huge genre. Oh, cool. I did that before anybody else. I did an 8-episode series called TYT Community to set the layout for it, and I called it, walked away. And if I wanted to be a streaming professional, I'd be doing this every day. I don't want to be a streaming professional. I think streaming is a communication tool for specific things. Right now, I need money. Cut and dry. I need thousands of dollars, to be honest with you, to fix my life. There's been a lot of things that have gone wrong over the past few years. Number one thing is I'm in a vulnerable position in life, coming from foster care, all this stuff. I come from foster foundation background. I got kicked out the day I turned 18. So I've been hand to mouth and sort of forced to trust the wrong people over and over and over and over again, because when you run into a problem, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, we can all rug it, we can bootstrap it all we want, but we are all community-based creatures. We are all codependent on community. So when you are removed from your community at 18 and then you're forced to find community over and over and over again throughout your adult life, you're just in an exploited position, and that's all this is. That's all this is. I'm routinely exploited. I'm so paranoid about it. The right plugged-in person could probably convince me that the Bored Apes got wind of co-publishing in my style and then decided to flood the market with their gambling style. But I can't convince myself of that. That's way too much main character energy. That's just a weird coincidence. The problem is that the news media refuses to talk about the precedent that I've established because it's not loud volume and trade. That's not how things work. It's just a public notary service. We're all building brands on the public notary service. So in terms of newsworthy information, what's the first brand being built and collectively published? It's not Bored API Club. They're one of the first. So is Let Me Out Productions. You have to talk about two things or you're presenting a fraudulent narrative. He's deliberately presenting a fraudulent narrative.
You did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting. This is disgusting. These apes are straight up trying to fucking milk their audience, dude. That's it. There's nothing. This is an ad. This is a hashtag ad. And the hashtag ad is basically saying, hey, give me your money, dumbass. Give me your fucking money, you stupid fuck. That's what this hashtag ad is. I hate it. I hate it. I hate cryptocurrency so much. I hope all these rich people lose all their money. I'm sorry. I hate crypto. I fucking hate the NFT shit. I hate the apes. They're such transparent fucking Ponzi schemes. I hate it so much I'm gonna end up watching that 2-hour folding ideas video. Like, that's how much.
Okay. is com is the Latin root for together, pan is bread. So we're eating bread together. That's what a company is. When you take a brand that's in a company and it's one unit, that's one loaf of bread. When you form a community garden out of that one unit, and now you have 500,000 plots, you have 500,000 slices. So we've taken one piece of bread and turned it into 500,000 slices. That's Loaves and Fishes behavior in the publishing and ownership and the development of the property. So I'm perceived in the occult sometimes, let me put on camera here, sometimes a little Jesus-y, okay, cut and dry. That's not my mythos. I was raised in the Christian traditions by my foster foundation family. I was very resistant the entire time. I fully understand the lessons presented, and I've read the Bible back to back, front to back twice, word for word, at 14 and as an adult at like 21. And the issue for me isn't the lessons of Christ. Great guy. Love the lessons of Christ. He's a man. Right? Is he not the first? Is he not the first kind of superhero in the modern canon? No. But I don't want to be perceived or as any sort of messiah person when I'm over here struggling. I'm a sinner. I'm a normal human being. I'm lazy. I don't put everything in every day like I can. I want to. That's who I want to be. That's who I see myself as in the mirror most of the time. But the reality, the objective reality is I'm exactly like everybody else in this world. My flaws are my flaws, my wins are my wins. And I'm not a person that can carry a mythos. I can't do it. So I realize the intersection of this information aligns with a lot of perception. But as far as me and my person being a vessel for anything other than this information itself, I can't help you there, because look, here you go. Heal all of your pains. Whatever pain area that you're suffering in, imagine that pain area as a field of grass, and the pain area is the brown spots, and you imagine that pain area turning green. That's as much as I got for you. Does that help you heal? I'm not gonna walk on water though. Look, the things that the Christ Lord imparted to the earth and the lessons that we've read, those are valuable. Fishes and loaves, flipping the gambling, all of that. So if what I will acknowledge for you is that this is way beyond me at this point, way beyond me. Okay, like my friends abandoned me day one. They took one look at the Bored Ape Yacht Club thing and they said, "Oh, you're trying to do the same thing." I said, "No, when have I ever been a gambler?" And they snorted cocaine and ran off. Never, and they won't admit. And they go sell a bunch of dog shit rumors to my hometown community to try to get them all to not help out either. And now my car broken down. Now I don't have a place of my own to live. I've been drifting friends to their great burden. Nobody wants to be doing this. Okay, the market troubles that we've been through, besides Hassan obfuscation. Look, in the early market, I taught some people the information. They decided they were going to try to run around and with their names on it. And they pulled the market completely out sideways. I'm still waiting for them to be imprisoned for fraud. And to my guy Phil McKenzie, you got to run. Okay, I told the other folks this too. You are not the pivot point where somebody gets to commit a bunch of fraud and then pivot to something else. No, don't do that. You've worked too hard in your career to be at that position. And to those two young black athletes, if you end up watching this, like I said, run, don't walk. Run. All you have to do is call up Clutch and tell him, "Come on, he sent you." Tell him your situation. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, okay? If not Clutch, call up IAG, call up anybody. Call up anybody. And Phil, you gotta run too. You gotta put your brain on right. That ain't right. That lady came in with the radio broadcast, open up people's pioneer work, putting her name on it. And trying to run around causing mess for everybody. That ain't right. We're not gonna tolerate that. And you know who we are. I have angels. I really do, but I do want those angels to think about, hey, man, do I need to spend 20,000 on a watch, or can I kick this dog a bone? Because that's what I am right now. I'm a dog in the doghouse. Can I have my bone, please? Can I get an apartment by the end of the weekend? Can I get my car fixed or swapped out by the end of the weekend? That's kind of what we're talking about. I'm not going to get into Press Pass. It's a really fun experience. That's super fun. But I'm not going to get into it right now. Right now, we just need resources. I'm struggling. I want co-publishing to be valued. But the mission on getting it to be valued has really taken a lot on me. And, hey, being James Earl Jones' grandnephew is great as plot armor. I'm well protected in a lot of angles. But it's not great in terms of resources, and it shouldn't be. I'm not entitled to anybody. Like, I don't want Flynn or Uncle Matt to come in here and bail me out of anything. If they want a shot on the store, they can buy the shot on the store. I come from the NBA wheelhouse. I know I provide value, so I'm not a charity case. The entire I could be the Okira brand of photography could be in every podcast with a shot up or one of the I am my only co. Let's talk about that one.